Hello there, my friend. Welcome to the fire. In this following story, we encounter a player who, well, let's just say I boot from my table in less than an hour into session 0, and that's a very generous estimate. Wanting to play, unwilling to learn, r/RPG horror stories, posted by Spice Boogles. Not really a horror story, more annoying than anything else. I was asked by 3 friends if I could run a 5e homebrew one-shot for them. Of course, I accepted, thinking it'd just be 3 people. I'm still quite new and have only run games for 3 people groups a couple of times, so my confidence is below 0. Then 2 others were invited. I thought, sure, this is fine. They all know how to play, and I need to learn to manage larger groups at some point. Then, a mutual friend said they wanted to play. Since I'm still fairly inexperienced, and they had never played D&D before, I was hesitant. I didn't want to screw up, but I didn't want to gatekeep either. I let them join after some deliberation, and went to writing the one-shot. Since COVID restrictions are slowly being lifted where I live, we are able to meet and play in person, wearing masks of course. So I gave my player's handbook to the new player and told them, you should read a bit of this while you wait to get an understanding of the game. If you need help, just ask. During the time I was writing the one-shot, I never received a message asking for help, so I automatically assumed they were fine. Session 0. Everyone shows up to hear my one-shot pitch and make characters. After I explain the setting and whatnot, I sit down with the new player to help them make their character. I ask, how much of the player's handbook did you get through? And they respond,
Oh, I never actually read it. I saw how many chapters there were and couldn't be bothered.
Mind you, I wrote the one-shot over the span of 3 weeks, so they had the book for that same amount of time. I told them it was fine, and that I explained the rules on the fly as clearly as possible, and got back to helping them with their character. I got 2 minutes into explaining what the sections on the sheet meant when they threw up their arms, quite literally, and said,
This is too difficult. Is there some sort of pre-made character I could use?
I told them I don't have any on hand, but if you wanted, I can make your character for you. You just need to tell me what race and class you want them to be. Success, they agree to this. Then, while I'm rolling up the stats for their character, they tell me,
Stop! This is taking too long. What does this all mean? Why are you rolling the dice so much?
I explain what I'm doing and tell them it won't take too much longer, but they aren't having it.
Just use a pre-made character. Stop wasting my time.
So I jump onto my laptop and pulled up a few characters I had from old campaigns I played over Discord. Surprise, they didn't like any of them. So I jump onto Wizard of the Coast website and find their pre-made characters. Find out they're more templates than pre-made characters and go through almost the same conversation.
This is taking so long. Isn't there some sort of character generator I could use?
I didn't know and said as much. But yet again, they weren't having that. They snatched my laptop from me and searched Google, brought up a character generator, and messed around with that for 20 minutes. Everyone else had long since finished their characters by now. They eventually work out how the generator works and makes a level 3 cleric. For a level 15 one-shot, I tell them that we have to level up the character or it's gonna get destroyed in the first encounter, and they, once again, weren't having that. They stand up and storm out of the room before I could even so much as open the player's handbook to see what I had to change and add. Like I said, not really a horror story, it was just more annoying than anything. Though I can't help but feel that maybe I could have done more to help, but at the same time, they just wouldn't let me explain anything. I did make their character level 15 after they left, but I'm not sure if they'll show up to Session 1 this coming Saturday. Update: no, they did not show up to the one-shot, but I am thankful it still went well regardless of the drama.
Wow, just
Wow, this is just straight up disrespect from that player. But I will say this, just handing the player's handbook to a person totally new to this hobby isn't that helpful, no matter how long they have that book. But that's also what a Session 0 is for. And, well, it looks like that player squandered that opportunity as well. Look, OP set aside 3 weeks to prepare a game for the players. That's pretty much an entire month where that player could have asked any question they wanted, and or just look up stuff on the internet. There's a lot of resources right on YouTube that could be accessed with just a few keystrokes. I mean, look here, the DM can't do everything. Some of the responsibility also falls on the players themselves. And hey, you don't like any of those pre-made characters? Well, you could just make a new one yourself, or, you know what? Tough luck, Buttercup. You could just suck it up and use one of the ones that's actually available. Oh, and one of the things that really got me heated here was the fact that the player, after all that attitude, snatched OP's laptop to do what they wanted. Yeah, that's just hella rude, and I'm pretty sure most of us learn how to ask first before you take something from someone else. That's just proper manners, and also not being a dick. And then on top of all of that, they said that you were wasting their time? No, 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 no. The player in question was wasting your time with their lazy, entitled attitude. Yeah, OP, the fact that they flaked out on the game is no big loss. You definitely dodged a bullet there. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. And would you kindly follow the socials posted in the description below. As always, be good, be great, be awesome.